CoCo Gauff's epic journey home trophy airplane, celebrating the American tennis queen's latest triumph. The engines hum softly above clouds. The cabin lights are dim, and through the oval window, streaks of dawn stretch across the horizon. CoCo Gauff sits quietly by the window seat, hoodie up, headphones on, her gold Wuhan Open trophy tucked neatly in her carry-on. To most passengers, she's just another traveler flying home. But for millions watching around the world, this young woman has become the very heartbeat of American tennis, a symbol of faith, resilience, and fire. She exhales deeply, looking at the reflection in the glass, a reflection not just of her face, but of every challenge, every headline, every roar from the crowd that carried her here. The journey home isn't just a flight across continents. It's a journey across time, pain, and glory. From Delray dreams to global glory. When CoCo Gauff first picked up a racket in Delray Beach, Florida, she was just a wide-eyed kid chasing yellow balls under the hot sun. Her father, CoCo Gauff, a former college basketball player, saw something special in her from the start. Her mother, Candy, built the foundation of discipline and humility that now defines her every move. Those early days were raw, humble, and relentless. No glamour, no trophies, just sweat and belief. And that belief became the seed of something extraordinary. By 15, CoCo had shocked the world by defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon, a defining moment that echoed through generations. But if that was the spark, the fire came years later, when the young prodigy transformed into a champion, the rise of an American queen. The journey to Wuhan was more than a tournament. It was a statement. Coming off a season of grit, CoCo faced doubters who claimed her U.S. Open title was lightning in a bottle. But Gauff never played for validation. She played for evolution. From the humid courts of Miami to the electric nights of Beijing, CoCo's forehand grew sharper, her footwork more fluid, and her mind an unshakable fortress. By the time she arrived in Wuhan, China, she wasn't just another contender. She was a favorite who carried her country's tennis legacy on her shoulders. And oh, how she delivered. The Wuhan Open, where legends are forged. The 2025 Wuhan Open will forever be etched in tennis history, not just for its explosive rallies, but for the emotional symphony that surrounded Gauff's journey. Round after round, she dismantled opponents with surgical precision. Her serves cracked like thunder, her returns whispered poetry, and her court presence, an aura that intimidated even seasoned veterans. In the quarterfinals, she outlasted Maria Sakkari in a 3-hour war of attrition. In the semis, she toppled Elena Rybakina, a matchup that felt like destiny itself. And in the final, Jessica Pegula, her friend, her compatriot, her test of fire. That final was not just a match. It was a duel of respect and rivalry. Two Americans, 2 generations of grit, clashing for supremacy on foreign soil. The first set was a blur, Pegula striking early, using her experience to dictate rallies. But CoCo's resilience was relentless. She found her rhythm, fought back, and flipped the momentum like a storm turning the tide. When the final point ended, a blistering forehand winner down the line, CoCo dropped her racket, fell to her knees, and looked to the heavens. Wuhan had witnessed not just a victory, but coronation. CoCo Gauff, 21 years old, had just captured her 3rd WTA 1000 title, proving to the world that her throne was no accident. Beyond the trophy, the emotional aftermath, the press room was buzzing. Reporters fired questions. Cameras flashed endlessly. But Gauff, calm and grounded, smiled with a quiet glow that only champions wear. "I'm proud," she said softly, "not just of the win, but of how far I've come mentally. I used to think success was about trophies. Now I know it's about peace." Her words rippled through social media, headlines blazing across every major outlet. CoCo Gauff, the queen who rules with grace. That night, fans in Wuhan gathered outside her hotel, waving flags and chanting her name. Gauff stepped onto the balcony, waved back, and whispered, "Thank you, China." The next morning, as the team packed for flight home, her trophy shone like sunlight caught in glass, a reflection of everything she's become. Homecoming, the journey across oceans. The long flight from Wuhan to the U.S. was more than a return. It was a reflection. Somewhere over the Pacific, CoCo opened her journal. The pages were filled with fragments, quotes, drawings, prayers. One line stood out, written in bold: "Pressure is privilege." It was Billie Jean King's mantra, one that CoCo had adopted years ago. Now, it wasn't just a quote. It was her creed. She thought about Serena, about Venus, about the black women before her who had turned pain into purpose. And she realized she wasn't just following their footsteps. She was creating her own path. When the plane touched down in Florida, the airport was waiting. Fans held signs. Kids wore "Go CoCo" shirts, and news crews lined the terminal. As she stepped out, holding her trophy high, the chant began, "USA, USA, USA." Tears welled in her eyes. Home never felt so powerful. The people's champion. In the days that followed, CoCo's homecoming became a national celebration. From morning shows to magazine covers, she was everywhere. But her smile never wavered. Her humility never cracked. At a community event in Delray Beach, she addressed hundreds of young athletes. Dreams don't start big. They start small, with belief, hard work, and love. My journey is proof that you can come from anywhere and reach everywhere. The crowd erupted. The power of home. As the celebration winds down, CoCo returns to her quiet sanctuary in Florida. The same clay courts where it all began. The same breeze. The same echoes of childhood laughter. She drops her bag, ties her shoes, and steps onto the baseline. Her father tosses her a ball. "Ready for another round, champ?" He grins. She smiles, spinning the racket in her hand. Always. The sound of first serve cracks through the morning air, clean, effortless, full of joy. Because for CoCo Gauff, tennis isn't just a sport. It's home. Epilogue. What comes next? As CoCo looks toward the future, the WTA Finals, the next Grand Slam, the endless miles of airports and arenas, one thing remains constant: her purpose. The world may see her as a superstar, but at heart, she's still the girl from Delray Beach who believed in impossible dreams. And now, the world believes with her. As she once said after her U.S. Open victory, words that ring even louder today: "This isn't the finish line. It's just the beginning." Final words. CoCo Gauff's journey home from Wuhan isn't just a travel story. It's a story of modern greatness, crafted through sweat, sacrifice, and soul. From the court of Florida to the grand stages of Asia, from humble beginnings to global fame, CoCo Gauff stands tall not just as a champion, but as a symbol of hope, power, and grace. So when the plane touched down and the trophy gleamed in her arms, it wasn't just another victory. It was a homecoming for a queen, a young woman who's proven, once and for all, that the crown of tennis belongs not to privilege or pedigree, but to passion. Welcome home, CoCo. America's tennis queen has returned. Crown Tennis United States. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.